Hi guys, just a quick look here at an SO239 connector, right angle connector. I must have got it off eBay or Amazon, one of the places. They're about £3 or £4 each, not expensive. There is another type that hasn't got this this ring on here. It's fixed to the body, so then you're left with no choice where the right angle sort of protrudes. No, you've got no choice of the angle. What it would come off the thing you're trying to attach it to. You'd have no choice of the angle if that was fixed. These are quite good because you can choose the angle there, and then you can lock the angle with the two internal pins there, the two sort of teeth these they've always got, which locate next to these here. So you've got this many degrees of adjustment, this many degrees of adjustment for that little teeth, the two little teeth to locate into. So you have got some variability on the angle, the choice of angle with these type. These are about £3 or £4, like I said. The other ones are about the same, so there's no real choice in price difference. I'm not sure on the construction of the other ones, but the whole reason for this video is just a quick look at these. I had a fault on this. I put it into an antenna switcher because I'm just changing my antennas slightly last weekend, and this here, this centre part there, it came out. It's obviously a little bit too tight, which is good to be tight, but it came out. It just pulled out, and I thought, oh god. So I had a look at it and found out. I saw this screw hole in the back, so I thought to myself, yeah, that's feasible that should unscrew. So of course it does unscrew, which is good. It's like a little disc there, and in the back you can see there, you can just see that it's like a rod. Let me get a torch or something to shine down the back of there. It's like a sort of a rod system there. It's like a if it'll focus, get the shine back off the torch, you can just see up there, that is let's see if we can get that to focus a little bit better. Yep, okay, so that is the connection of that part of the back is obviously the rod that goes up, and then the part on right now is the part that connects to the center of this part. So that came apart, it just pulled straight out. It looks like it's sort of a peg system where it's like the end of a peg splayed open, and that you'd expect it to be flatted off, the part that goes up the center to be flatted off this end to fit inside the peg, but it's not. It's actually round. It's the whole bar's round. It's slightly thinner this end and slightly fatter that end. Anyway, I knocked it in quite firmly, but it did splay the end of the peg open a little bit, which I think is a good thing, because it seems to be quite hard metal, so it doesn't look cracked or anything. And then it did have a tiny little drop of solder on, like a little touch of solder on there, because obviously it's not the easiest thing to solder where it is, and obviously you're going to lose a lot of heat in all this. I mean, it's not actually touching the outer, but you lose a lot of heat up the two. It's just through convection, is that the right word? Conductivity. Yeah, just through the conductivity of the metal, you're losing a lot of the heat, even though a lot of it's not touching you. You lose it through this white insulator, funnily enough, but you do lose a lot of heat. So the thing is, it's hard to solder. That's why it looks like bird poo in there, because I've got the soldering on in there and I had quite a hard time. I've got a reasonable soldering on, not brilliant but reasonable, and I had quite a hard time getting it to look nice, but it has actually started melting and took quite a nice joint there, although it looks terrible, but it does work. Anyway, the whole point of the video is, after you do any repairs like this on any kind of antenna equipment, obviously the two parts, the inner and the outer, are supposed to be separate. Now I'm just going to do a quick testing the meter. I suppose you've set, so now the inner and the outer here should be at absolute zero. Yep, 0 ohms. Yep, so the inner and the outer, I've got my one prong on the inside there and one prong on the inner. That should be at 0 ohms, no resistance, and then the inner and the outer should be at
unlimited, just infinity basically. Have a very have no, sorry, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, infinite resistance. So yeah, they are just so, because I did notice when I was doing it that I had dropped a bit of solder down in the set down there, and that could have caused a short. So that's always a good little tip if you're going to be soldering any sort of radio equipment like this, just to check that you haven't dropped a little bit of solder down there where you can't see it. It's awkward to get in, and might bridge it out because it needs to be zero resistance. It needs to have a very low resistance between the two conductors, and then a very high resistance, i.e. infinite resistance, between the inner and the outer, so they're not touching. Okay, that's it guys, just a quick one there. Thanks for watching.